Hey, everybody. Welcome to The Experience, live with Russ and Scott.
Welcome to The Experience, live with Russ and Scott.
Join us every Wednesday at 7 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. Special thank you to our sponsors, the Gillette Home team of Keller Williams Bidwell Willamette. For all your real estate needs, go to teamgillette.com. Have your dreams been buried under mountains of responsibility? For help, contact Emily Harmon, coaching and consulting at emilyharmon.com. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to The Experience, live with Russ and Scott. We are so glad to be here this morning with you because this community is what makes the experience possible and what it's all about, right, Scott?
Absolutely. Season 6, we started last week with just you and I kind of recapping where we started, how we got to that point. But today it's season 6, and we've got Monica and Russ who are going to be great guests to start off this whole season.
Yeah!
It's exactly.
There you go. Kermie's excited already. There we go. So we are ready to roll. And yes, it's exciting. Just a blessing to be here and be able to share this platform with everybody and these amazing friends of ours, these amazing guests like Russ and Monica. And of course, one of the guests has the best name ever. So, what can I say, right? But anyway, very exciting to have them here today. And, Scott, this has been just a cram-packed week so far. How have you been? What's going on?
Oh, it's great. We're here. We are in the middle of September already. It's an interesting how time flies. Well, that's actually one of the projects that I've been working on is a book of time, how we can compare. When we're young, time feels like it's just flowing slowly, like we've got forever. And then you get older and it seems like time just rushes by. And when is that transition and how do we navigate that? So that's the most recent book I'm working on, but it is, you can see over my shoulder here, the Global Tea Break. It's the third Friday of the month. So that is this Friday. And over there at globalteabreak.com, you can register, but you can see books by members of the community like, oh, look, Scott Weaver's book. How about Russ Hedge book? Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose. We've got, look, Freeze with Veronica Jeans and myself. And my most recent business networking. Alan Hennessy, the co-founder with me at Global Tea Break, has podcasts, book pages, everything you need. So globalteabreak.com, that's enough of a commercial. We should get going.
Yeah, well, soon you'll have a copy of Rattle the Wake. As soon as I get the paper book copies, I know that you have your e-copy, but so soon be coming out with paperback and be getting copies of that. And then you can flash that as well. My first #1 international bestseller and #1 in its category on new releases on Amazon. So it's been really very exciting. So things are going great. So, this week, Scott, has been very interesting for me. I just want to thank everybody for the prayers. There's lots of stuff, lots of moving parts in my life with health and different things going on. Everybody could pray today. I'm taking a special trip up to OHSU because they're trying to figure out what the heck's going on with my body.
And that's Oregon Health Sciences University.
That's right.
For the people that are out of the area. It is a a wonderful institution.
Oh, yeah.
It is an education, but they have some of the best physicians in the world and specialists right there.
They do. They do. And I'm blessed to be
Hmm.
able to work with them. And so they're really diving in, trying to figure out what's going on. But you know what? Life is good. The blessings way outweigh the
Hmm.
negatives. And that is what the experience of life is all about, everybody. It's
That's
all
right.
about wading through all the things that are going on, but keeping that positive perspective, moving forward and
Hmm.
realizing there's always brighter things ahead. So well, listen, I think we should get started. And we love going ladies first, Scott. So we're going to bring Monica in, get the ball rolling, and say hello to Monica. Hello, good
Hi.
morning.
Hi, do I need to do Kermit?
Yes, you do Kermit really good. That's really,
That's right.
there you go. That was almost identical. That was almost exactly what you did. Yeah. So, Monica, it is so great to see you all the way over in Sweden. And I think the first time you and I talked, I told you that I'm Norwegian, so really close there
Well,
and love.
and you forget that I'm Norwegian too.
Yes, no, I remember that. I remember that. You live in Sweden, but you're Norwegian. I remember.
My
And
wife
so,
is half Norwegian.
Yeah.
Mhm.
ah, there you go.
So there you
It's
go.
just,
It's the
there you go. It's
Scandinavian
amazing.
show.
Yes. So, hey, Monica, give everybody a little snapshot. Who is Monica and what are you up to?
Yeah. So I'm a coach and consultant. I love helping people that have a big mission, like visionaries, entrepreneurs, change makers, to really step into their power and do big things. And then the other thing I do is I do specialize in money blocks. The let's say the money EQ, all of the emotions around money, which is really important for us and entrepreneurs, right? So that we get out of our own way and really can move forward fast.
Wow, that was quick. All right. I I just really love our conversations we've had. You are just such an amazing person. And you know, when with all that you're doing, let's go into just a little bit more depth. Tell people a little bit more about really because you and I have talked about, we're getting together and we're going to talk some more. And we've done a few things when we chatted. So give everybody just a little bit more depth about what you do.
Yeah. So, you know how as entrepreneurs, we're always moving outside of our comfort zone constantly. And that's a scary thing to do, right? The thing
Right.
is that the fear that we have about moving outside, it's not so much about what we are going to do. Like we talk about public speaking, that's a classic, right? Being on video, talking on a podcast in front of people, being exposed, that's terrifying to most people. But
Mhm.
it's not about what you're going to do as much as it is about something that happened once. Maybe in fourth grade, right? You did something in front of the whole class and everyone laughed.
Mhm.
And now you are putting yourself out there and your brain wants to. You do have a positive mindset, but your nervous system, your unconscious is going, no, 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 no. That reminds me of something I did once. And that hurt. And I'm
Mhm.
not doing that again. And then it starts sending stress signals to the brain, and the brain starts listening. And now we get ourselves in trouble. So, what I do is I look at the unconscious, what's going on underneath the surface. And we deal with that. And then we can, instead of spending all of this energy constraining ourselves and pushing things down, we can create forward movement.
Mm.
Yeah, that that's amazing. Scott?
I was just thinking there's a great TED talk by Eddie Obeng, Obeng, and he talks about these things from the past that are holding us back. And the example that he gives is he says the CEO of the company gets up and says, "We need to innovate to stay competitive." But what everyone hears is try crazy things, get fired,
Yeah.
right? Because that's what happens. This is like, oh, we're going to try this a different way. Oh, it failed. Well, therefore you're fired. So what happens? People don't try things. They won't step out.
Yeah. Go ahead and take that, Monica.
Pardon?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
We'll let you take that from there.
Yeah, but that's it, right? So we shut off our cognitive brain. And that's
Right.
a disaster. As entrepreneurs, as change makers, as visionaries, we need to have access to our brain, right? And then when we have that stress response, as an employee, you're thinking, I'm going to get fired, right? Or as an entrepreneur, you're thinking, I'll be bullied. There'll be trolls on the internet. And we stop. And when we get into that stress response, blood leaves our brain and goes into our hand and our feet to get ready for the fight or flight. And we become kind of stupid. And that's the last thing we need. Because we're not. We're actually smart, right?
There you go. There you go. Well, this is one thing that I loved about spending time with you, and that is just really helping me focus in and really think about how we can be more in all that we're doing. And I just, there's some practical, some exercises we were talking about that you gave me. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So I love to put people in the situation where they imagine, the big thing that they're doing next. And I think, Russ, you talked about there were some CEOs or some like leaders in your community that you needed to reach out to, and there was some resistance to that. And then when we feel into the resistance, we can actually discover what it's really about, because it's probably not about that person. It's about putting myself out there.
Right.
And then we need to look at that. And then when we change what's going on the inside, the outside world actually changes, because now we see it differently. So now we get more empowered and we can take more action.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the thing. I love that, taking action. And we've talked about this before on the experience, that really we would love to think that we can do this ourselves, right? Especially in the United States, we love that maverick, that person who goes out on their own and does some amazing things. But it turns out when we examine those very successful people, they had coaches, they had people like Monica who came in and helped them look from the outside. Because as they say, you can't read the label from the inside of the bottle.
You can't.
So you need somebody, you need a coach who's going to say, these are the things that are holding you back. And now here's a practical thing that you can apply, that you can learn and you can examine and make those changes. And that's why you need somebody like Monica.
Yeah, and Christine, jag kan snacka norsk, men jag ska inte göra det nå. Sorry about that. That was Norwegian.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Yeah, Scott, you know her a little bit, don't you? That Christine person?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
So because that's the thing, right? We have these blind spots,
right,
that we don't see ourselves. Mm-hmm. And I was so privileged to have so many limiting beliefs and so many blocks and so many fears. Like I was ridden with fears for the first 35 years of my life. So I had to really dig deep and find those. And the thing is, when you get really good at something, doing it yourself, then you can help others do the same thing.
Yeah. And I want to put the cost of coaching into perspective for a moment, because people will go out and spend tens of thousands of dollars for an undergraduate degree, and more tens of thousands of dollars for a graduate degree that gives them very general information that is obsolete when they walk across that stage and get handed that diploma, right? But then when it really comes down to application, someone says, "Oh, Monica, I like what you have to say, and how much does it cost?" And then immediately they get sticker shock and they say, "Oh, I don't want to invest that." And yet they spent tens of thousands of dollars to learn general information. But now invest just a little bit and it's going to change your life.
Well,
I would say with the coaching that I offer, sometimes it's not even the price, it's realizing what can be possible if you actually do it, and the fear of actually looking into the inside. So the fear of looking inside, and sometimes the fear of success. I see this very often. It's like, whoa, if I get rid of that fear,
Mhm.
then there's nothing that can stop me. And then there's a new block because we sometimes we are so afraid of really stepping up and succeeding because we will
Right.
have to change, right? Who will I have to become and what will I have to do if I do
Yeah.
that?
I think that is so true. You talked about blind spots, and I think one of the biggest blind spots is our fear we don't even realize we have.
Mhm.
We're so afraid of succeeding and putting ourselves out there. I mean, you talked
Mhm.
about that. Life is a risk. You have to be willing to step forward, take chances, realize that there's greater opportunities and possibilities, and but those limiting beliefs and that that imposter syndrome and all that just holds us back so much. And then the fear is at the basis from all that. We're just really scared, and a lot of times we don't even realize that, right, Monica?
No, we don't. And here's the thing, right? No one talks about this because there's so much around the pushing through and having the right mindset and all of that kind of, you just need to make it work, right? But we have so much energy. We have
Mhm.
this, like, we have a limited amount of energy. And if you're using it all to face your fears and going against your fears all the time, you will be exhausted, right?
Yeah.
And here's the thing, we all have them. Like, there's this, I like to say it like this: there has been extensive research on procrastination for many, many
Interesting.
decades. And we can now pinpoint exactly, we know exactly who will procrastinate. There's actually a scientific term for people like that.
Interesting.
Mhm. So I
Yeah.
can say with accuracy exactly who will procrastinate. The term is, they're all, guess what? Human beings. We all do it. Even the
Mhm.
coach that screams at you, stop procrastinating. I promise you, that guy, he procrastinates himself,
Mhm.
but around something else. So, like, we're human beings, we do that, and that's why we need the support. We need someone to hold the space.
Yeah. That is so true. You just said it. I mean, we are human beings. There's limitations to us, but the thing is, when we come together too, and this is where coaches come in. When we come together, life is such a blessing when we are able to help and encourage each other. Coaches do that. You come in, be able to help each other, help people, and I just think that's amazing. And Monica, you and I are about to have a session coming up, and you do amazing stuff.
Yeah, I'm so looking forward to that, Russ. We're going to have so much fun.
Yes, we
Mhm.
are. We are. So, practically speaking, people want to get a hold of you and they want to work on themselves. Give everybody some ideas. How do you start out? How do you work people into a system that's going to make them see these blind spots, move forward, get out of their limiting beliefs, and really take and move forward?
Well, the thing is, we need to start listening to ourselves,
Right.
and we need to start listening to what's going on underneath, to our emotions, because emotions, uh, they're real. They're not always right, but they're
Mhm.
real.
Mhm.
And that's one of the biggest things the biggest mistakes I hear people do. It's, oh, they're just emotions. And then we push them down. What we do then is we create this pressure cooker, right? And that fear that you don't deal with, it will come back at the least convenient time and
Mm.
it will bite you, right? And then we get self sabotage at a big scale. And you don't want to do that to yourself. So that's the first thing. Start listening and, like, honoring, okay, this is going on. And then you can choose to deal with it. That's the next step. And I actually do have a workshop coming up tomorrow, the Unleash the Power of Outrageous Money Goals, where we will actually do this stuff. Look at a outrageous financial goal, and I would love to share that link. It's at 10 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. People can get to experience the work that I do.
Nice. I just put that into the chat,
Mhm.
and I think Russ is having a little more challenges there in the background. So the benefits of live video, but
Yeah.
Monica, so this tell us a little bit about this workshop that's coming up, and who should be there.
So everyone who has a business that have learned, everyone who's in business and know like the business building skills, and they're looking for more time freedom.
Hmm.
Because we get so indoctrinated into building the business skills, right? So we do marketing, we do branding, we do social media, video, all of those things, and building like funnels and ads and building a system. And we are also indoctrinated to like working hard, right? And as
Hmm.
long as you believe that you have to work hard, guess what? You will always work hard.
Right.
So we will, instead of looking at the business building, we will look at the wealth building. And we will
Mm-hmm.
look at two different aspects of those. That's the emotional piece that I do. And then it's Wendy Brookhouse, who she excels in how to increase the value of your business.
Hmm.
Because when you get to do that, you can actually get more time.
Yeah.
So
You
we're
know,
looking at the time and the emotions.
I love that because I often talk about the 1440 Club. That is, every day has 1,440 minutes, and there are no rollover minutes. You used every one of those yesterday. You'll use every one today. You'll use every one tomorrow. And you can't make more of it. You can make more money. You can make more space. You can do a lot of things, but you can't make more time. So that means I need to, if I'm going to use every 1,440 minutes today, then I need to decide what I'm going to use those for. And it could be binging the experience. I'm going to watch 5 episodes today. I think that,
There you
but if you
go.
do that, those are minutes that you're not doing something else. So
That's
life is about making trade-offs and choices.
Yeah. And at our age, right, we do want to be wise around how we spend our time. We do want to live, not just work.
Hmm.
yes, yes, for sure, for sure. And we time is so critical. And speaking of time, we need to get Russ Johns on the show before it's over here. And there he is, our good friend, Mr. Russ Johns. Woohoo!
There's
Yay!
Back
Russ.
in
Woo!
studio.
I
Pirate
was just
Syndicate is on the air.
I was just enjoying the conversation in the chat and not paying attention, Russ. So it's like, okay, Monica's bringing some gold to the room. So I just really appreciate the message that we're talking about today. And
Thanks for the generosity, Russ.
thank you so much for your wisdom and experience as well. So
So tell us, who is Russ Johns and what's going on in your world?
the confused one out in the comments, I guess, today. The reality is, I just really appreciate the fact that you guys are here, Russ and Scott, because as you know, I've been around a while doing this live stream thing, podcasting, teaching, coaching a lot of individuals along their journey. And one of the things that I was most excited about is redefining and listening to that voice that Monica's talking about, and listening to that emotion that's holding us back. And what I realized earlier this year is that I need to help more people. And I couldn't figure out why and how to do it exactly. So I drove around the countryside. I spent, 10 states, 10,000 miles. And I came up with this idea about the Pirate Syndicate. And now I'm doing a daily newsletter. I'm building out some additional shows that I'll be launching in the near future, and creating a lot of content that allows creators just like the ones here in this group, in this community, to actually share their voice, share their message, and kind of avoid some of the technology that has to deal with. And so
Mhm.
simplifying that process, delivering a lot of content to those that need it immediately, and then build a community around creators for creators by creators. And I'm super excited about that because it goes back to listening to our voice, understanding what we're trying to accomplish or what we're working to accomplish. We're not trying, we're doing it. And, you know, my mission in life is to help more people help more people. So I would love to invite you into the community and join me anytime, and love to have you as part of it.
You know, I love the idea of simplifying it. Our buddy Steve Dotto Tech up in Vancouver, Canada, he used to do a TV program on Dotto Tech on Canadian broadcasting. And often when he gives presentations, he shows what it took to create a 30-minute program. It's like 30 people and hundreds of thousands of dollars of equipment.
Yeah.
And now if you have an iPhone and yourself, you can produce a show.
Yeah. You are the media. And I've taught this for years because I grew up in advertising, radio, television, outdoor advertising. You know, I grew up in that environment. And the reality is, historically, you needed a producer, you needed a team, you needed a staff, you needed everybody involved in order to have permission to broadcast. But you are the media. You are a pirate broadcaster. And the pirate broadcast was launched as a result of having, you know, if you don't have a license in the FCC, you can't broadcast on FCC airwave. And if you do, you're considered a pirate broadcaster. However, like you said, Scott, the reality is we can actually pick up our phone, start to podcast, start to broadcast, live stream, create our content. So we have words, images, audio, and video, and we can definitely produce that, publish it, and become our own brand and get that message out to the world.
Which I think is amazing nowadays. It allows people like me with limited knowledge to be able to do things like this. I remember, Russ, back when Scott and I were at Oregon State University, I had a buddy who put an antenna up on the side of his house. He was smart. He tuned in, got a radio station. We actually broadcast over the air in Corvallis, and it was a ton of fun. I felt big time broadcasting over the air, and it was great. And it was definitely a pirate broadcast for sure.
Yeah.
But I think that what is amazing today, my good friend D. Scott Smith always says the barrier to entry is just your willingness to step forward and take action. And, you know, you can do so many amazing things. And Monica, that comes back to you. I mean, you are encouraging people to step out, do amazing things. And there's more in us than we know, right?
Oh, yeah. And I wanted to be a pirate myself when I was a kid. So I'm kind of living the dream right now, Russ.
Well, we'll have to definitely connect and get you involved and engaged in the process.
There you go.
My belief is we all have a gift. We all have a message, and we all have something of value we can share with someone else. So it's our duty and our obligation as humanity to make sure that we're offering the best possible side and resource to others around us. And Monica, if you can help people get past their limiting beliefs, and we can actually get past the technology, imagine what could happen together.
Yeah, exactly. You can help more people, right?
You got it.
That's
Russ.
it. I'm telling you. I'm going to get that down yet, Russ. That and you know what? Kindness is cool and smiles are free, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'll put the shameless plug out there. My wife, Christine Smith, the Geropreneur, put a link in there about her show coming up at 9 a.m. Aspects of Aging, and she's got great guests on there. But she was one of those, Russ Johns, that would never have done this. And then through encouragement, through a lot of folks that encouraged her on this and supported her, now she's got a show that's making an impact and something that she personally looks forward to that she wouldn't have just not that long ago.
Yeah. And Christine is doing an amazing job. And there is she's got some great things coming up. There's the link on screen for the things that are going on. It's every Wednesdays, 9 a.m. Pacific. And Christine is doing an amazing job. I love to be able to tune in. It's right in the middle of things that I'm doing, but I try to tune in as often as I can. And yeah, we all get these opportunities to take our passions and what we're really our purpose in life to get the word out there and utilize that. And Russ, you were one of my first I mean, great teachers, mentors, heroes on screen that I watched and learned how we did this. And I remember when it was just like, oh yeah, you just go on Russ John's site and you could be on his show. And then ta-da, I'm on the pirate broadcast. And it was just so much fun. And suddenly you start realizing it's not so difficult,
Yeah.
it's not so difficult.
Experiments become experience.
Yeah.
So you just have to take the first step and take action, like Monica was saying. Take that first step. And everything is easier once you know how, right? So
There you go.
it's that action, taking that action is the key ingredient.
Yep. There you go. There you go. Well, hey, listen, we're going to start wrapping things up here. And Monica, we're going to start with you. Give us your gold nugget that you want everybody to remember from today, what you were really wanting to land home today. And then how do people get in touch with you?
Yeah, so I want everyone to understand we're human beings. We do get in our own way, but we don't have to continue doing it. And there's such an easy way to do it. Join the show tomorrow, the workshop tomorrow, and you'll get to try it out for yourself, because this is extremely counterintuitive. It doesn't make sense when I'm trying to explain it logically. Come and join us and try it out for yourself. That's the best thing you can do.
Awesome. Awesome. And people get in touch with you?
Find me on LinkedIn. Yeah, that's the easiest way.
And there it is, LinkedIn, your website. It appeared magically below you. There you go.
Magic.
All right. Russ, you're up.
Yeah, I love this, and I respect and honor your energy and attention to the audience here, both of you. So thank you for doing this. And it's always great to have amazing guests like Monica on. And you can always reach me on LinkedIn. You can search, I'm on there. I'm out there every day. And you can also book Russ.com and schedule a time to have a conversation, just a casual conversation and meet and greet and understand how we can support each other.
There you go. And that magically appeared below you, Russ. And of course, everybody knows, I say it over and over, it's clickable. You can just click and go to Monica, go to Russ, come to dscottsmith.com or russhedge.com if you want to connect with us. All of us here would love to connect with you. And, this is the beautiful thing. Even in a morning where it's been kind of crazy, had a few technical things going on, had crazy stuff, we still can get out there. And how do we do that? We just keep taking one step forward. If you stumble, you just pick yourself up and take the next step, right, Monica? You just keep moving forward. And that is what we're all about here on The Experience of Life, is encouraging and inspiring you to take that next step, to keep moving. And remember, we are here every Wednesday at 7 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. And before this, Scott and I are with our friend Shri on Instagram only, on The Experience Backstage. If you want to join us there, that's always a ton of fun, prepping for this show and getting great video tips from Shri. And man, this audience, what a blessing, Scott, what a blessing this audience is. And
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
so thankful.
Thank you to everybody that's commenting and supporting and sharing. It just means the world to me. One of the things that I love the most, and I've mentioned this often, is I love the conversations that people have with each other while the show is running. That's just, it's just like we're coming together and it's like, oh, hey, look, there's Jordan. Hey, Jordan, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. And what's going on? And anyway, I love it.
It's so much fun. And, I want to thank both of you. We're going to send you two to the green room and say goodbye, but hang tight for just a minute. We'll be right there. Thanks again for being a blessing and bringing value to our audience. Wow. What you were just saying there, Scott, reminded me, first of all, how blessed we are with amazing people like Russ and Monica, but it also reminded me of Noopy when I'm producing her show. She gets so excited about people in the comments. She constantly is waving and saying hi to people, but I haven't put up the comments yet, and people have no idea what she's doing. I had to type her a message during the show and said, stop waving. Nobody has any idea what you're waving at, what you're doing. Like,
Oh,
oh
that's
my
great. I love the live shows. The interactions are great. And Russ, thanks for persevering. I know health is been an issue, but you continue to push and fight forward, and you are the inspiration specialist.
Well, thank you. Thank you. And I hope that I do inspire and encourage people. And yes, I do appreciate all your prayers and would appreciate continued prayers. I've got to go through some pretty extensive testing to figure out what's going on with my body now. There's all kinds of funny things going on. And so I appreciate the prayers, but I continue to move forward because I believe God's not done with me yet. I believe there's so much more we have got going on. And Scott, I'm going to be here for years to come. Your sidekick. This show is going to go on and we're going to have a blast.
I love it. I love it. I'm grateful that we're close to the Oregon Health Sciences University, that those experts can do whatever it is they do. It's strange because there is no operating manual, no user's manual for this human body of ours. So I'm amazed what the medical community can do, and thankful for them.
Me too. I'm with you. And I'm also really thankful for a blessed family that I have, my beautiful wife. Today, my sister is actually going with me to OHSU because I've been having vertigo issues and they're concerned about me driving long distances. So kind of keeping an eye on that. And, but anyway, so that's a blessing, Brenda. Thank you for that. And I'm blessed with friends like you and Monica and Russ and so many. You know, we got, like you said, we have Jordan in the comments. We have so many friends. Christine, of course, you know her well. She's been here. Kenny, by the way, Kenny, for some reason, I can't connect to your new page. And if you're on LinkedIn still, please connect with me because I can't find you. I see you're watching from YouTube this morning, which is great. Thank you for that. Also, Harish, thank you for being here today. I'm just going through a few of the people that were here. Nicole and Gracie was here commenting. Gracie is great. She used to work with, with Bruce, the man in the blue shirt, on things. And Margarita, I think I pronounced that right. Who knows? But we appreciate you, whether I did or not. And I'm just seeing if I missed anybody, because just like to say hi to people. We don't do this enough. Just thank people. And, you know, somebody told me a while back that, hey, you should never do that because it does not translate into the audio version. By the way, this goes out audio on all of your favorite platforms, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, all of that. But you know what? I think people hear the joy, they hear the love, and Cambria is sending us love. Yeah, that we're here together. So appreciate that.
And
okay, with that,
people that this Friday is the third Friday of the month, which means it's time for the global tea break. You can see right over my shoulder the logo there, created by co-founder Alan Hennessy, and he's working on the website. There's books, podcasts, all kinds of stuff. globalteabreak.com. Join us for international networking.
Yes, for sure. And we're going to put that in the comments here. And so look for that. And because we really would love to have you be part of that. That really launched my, thank you, Scott, launched my international community. I mean, Scott brought me into that early on. And so I'm just very thankful for that opportunity and able to do that. We also want to give a huge shout out to Ever, as always. She's amazing. And we appreciate her being here and really making us look good when it's a little crazy. And so, yeah. But hey, with that, don't forget, subscribe to our page on the experience.video. We would love to have you be part of our YouTube community, and please share this out. And if you're watching on replay, please put hashtag Team Replay. Let us know. You can still share. You can still tag your friends, even on replay. Love to have you do that. And until we see you guys again, we just get excited. Have a great day and a great life. See you, everybody.
Thanks for tuning in to The Experience Live with Russ and Scott. If you enjoyed today's show, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or subscribe on YouTube. See you next time.